Good morning, sir. Shall we start the session, sir?
Yes, I can.
Just okay,
Right.
sir.
Okay.
Let me introduce, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, one and all. I am Bhavana from PS Quality Certification Private Limited, Chennai. Welcome you all for the today's session. We have 20 years of legacy of operations. We provide advisory support to higher education institute across the nation for getting accreditation under NAC, NBA, and NARF ranking 2. We provide advisory support to HEIs in updating the deemed university status and complying with other statutory requirements. Also, we do advisory support in getting certification for various ISO standards, green energy and environment audit, and academic administrative audit. We provide training for NABL, NABH, and quality tools. Also, we conduct FDP for faculties and value added courses for students of HEIs. We also support HEI in entering MOUs, securing consultancy funding, and establishing tie-ups with international university. PSQC is well-established professional research and development organization supported by highly qualified, devoted, and experienced professionals focused on achieving quality. For today's webinar on HEI Accreditation, creating strategic plan for institutes, Smart Goal Settings by Dr. Umesh Chandrasekhar sir. We are honored to introduce our expert speaker, Dr. Umesh Chandrasekhar, a highly respected academician, trainer, and consultant in the field of quality assurance and higher education strategy. Dr. Umesh Chandrasekhar brings with him a remarkable blend of experience with over 18 years in academic and 25 plus years in corporate leadership, including senior roles at the Times of India Group. We has planned a pivotal role helping institutions navigate nationals and international accreditations like NAC, NBA, ACBSP, and ISO 21000 2018. He is a certified AACSB evaluator and ACBSP mentor and currently serves as an adjunct professor at the Kirloskar Institute of Management. His areas of expertise include IQAC development, strategic planning, outcome based education, teaching, learning, innovation, and institutional branding. Under his leadership, institutions have successfully submitted SSRs and AQARs, developed award-winning projects aligned with UN SDGs, published ISBN books, and implemented impactful academic reforms. Dr. Chandrasekhar has conducted 50 plus workshops and sessions across India and continues to mentor several institutions on their journey to academic excellence. We are truly honored to have him with us today to share his insights on creating strategic plan for institute, smart goal settings in HEI accreditation. On Sahin, I am happy to welcome you, sir. You can take on over the session now.
Thank you very much, and a warm good morning to all my fellow colleagues and academicians and the industry who joined today. Thank you for the introduction, a very long introduction. I don't know if I deserve it, but nevertheless, I shall start my presentation today. If you would like me to ask any question, please feel free to interrupt right away and get the doubt clarified. At the end of the session, also we will have a Q&A session, so you can clarify it further. My presentations are slightly more different. They are not the normal presentations you will see because my approach to the accreditation process is slightly more different. So let me just begin as to the rationale why this is very important as a part of accreditation and quality processes, and why many institutions don't get it right or don't do a great job of creating this particular report, which is called a strategic plan. It's also referred to as institutional development plan in other accreditation areas, but I prefer to look at it from a strategic perspective because basically I'm a management faculty and also I'm a PhD in management, and I work in the industry. So I think we need to understand from a strategic perspective. And I'll tell you why strategy is much more important than development, because of various reasons, which we will discuss in the forthcoming slides. Uh, Approximately 55 to 60 minutes is what I assume I'll take. It depends on the interaction, of course, with you. And any additional information you would like, or you would like some clarifications about any specific slide you have, and you want to talk about it later, please just drop a line, or drop a note in the chat box we have got for the Zoom, and we will look into it. And everything is being recorded so that we have the record, and we'll have data of whatever you've asked, and we'll clarify it as we go along. If not today, then it is at the earliest possible. Within a couple of days, we'll try to clarify whatever you want to know. Right. Coming to the how the presentation flows, the agenda is slightly differentiated. So the first agenda which I have got in mind is that let us look at what are the key drivers of institutional excellence. And when I talk about it, it is a generic template I'm giving. It is applicable to all HEIs, whether it's medical, pharma, nursing, engineering, management, what have you. It's applicable generally to everybody. And we can discuss upon it. If you want any more further additions, we can do that. Then the context of why strategic plan is important for ranking and accreditations, I'm going to justify that as I go along in my presentation. The second part is how do you develop a strategic vision, and what model can we use to create a strategic plan. There's a model suggested called Cascade model. I'll go into that. And I'll also create the first framework reference we call the vision, value matrix, and gap analysis. I'll explain it to you by using some examples. So this is the foundation part. The second part is how do you create a strategic plan? What are the elements of strategic plan? What are the stakeholder expectation mappings that you really need to do seriously? And what is the objective, KPI, and goal setting? And I will also demonstrate or share with you how you can use AI to create an effective strategic plan. I'll take an example. And before I start, I would seek permission from any participant here who is from the Venkateswara Medical College. Anybody here from Venkateswara Medical College? Please identify yourself. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So is anybody here from Venkateswara Medical College institutions? Please just identify yourself. I want to seek consent whether what I'm going to use will be a public domain in the website, but I would like to use you as a model to show as an example. Like I said, nothing is confidential there. Everything is available on the website. So I would like your consent to use that. Okay, if there's no answer, means I shall go ahead and do it. All right. So let us begin. Let us begin with the first part. First part is, let us understand what do institutions really do. For institutional excellence, I have created a model called the ARMIS model, ARMIS model, or ARMS model. Basically, we have to look at academic excellence. So we are basically HEI, higher education institutions. One major excellence we require is academic excellence, which is a mandatory requirement because our major stakeholders are students. That's why. The second part is research and intellectual contribution excellence. Excellence in research and intellectual contributions, ARI. M is managing the brand. Today, the social media and the entire exercise of marketing, the word of mouth, admissions, placements, everything depends on how powerful brand you are. So you have to manage the institutional brand. I know the brand also must be excellence. And the last part, which is very, very important today, is that society is asking what are the education institutions contributing to society today? Industry is asking what do the institutions give us today in return? So we have to also have society and industry engagement. So these are the four areas, ARMS, which any institution across India will have to excel in. And some elements of what are the key items I've given there. This will be shared with you, so you can always have access to it later. But can somebody tell me if there's anything I missed here they would like to add, or do you think this is quite comprehensive in terms of what we need to do in terms of excellence of an institution? Anybody?
So,
Yes, please.
yeah,
Geeta ma'am, yes.
yes. Sir, when I see those parameters, we are taking academic as the main, the main mission or the vision of the student, but institution is holistic. So I
Yes.
don't see other parameters of the student development. It may
No,
be
no,
cultural,
that
sports.
is fine. That is
Yeah.
fine.
So I
Academic,
don't see
I'm talking,
that
yeah,
anywhere here. Yeah.
correct. Academic excellence will include holistic student development, right? That is the result of excellence, right? So I require results in academics. I require results in research and industry contribution. I require results in managing the brand, and I require results in the societal contribution. So we are looking at that focus. So the processes you're talking about are the requirements as you go along in terms of the prerequisites, right? So academic, research, intellectual contribution, managing the brand, and society, right? These are the 4 areas which I think all institutions need to focus on. If that is agreed, the second point we're talking about, the holistic experience. If you look at the word academic, I put teaching learning matrices. I have put the right shift of currency, right shift to the knowledge skill matrix, and look at the last one, the experience. The entire campus experience, your experience of the program is also a part of our excellence delivery. Okay, so this is it. So now, if this is the framework, let us see what are the major issues here in terms of the accreditations. For the NAC, the old NAC system refers to this particular document, strategic policy document or strategic document for the institution in 3 criteria, 2, 6, and 7. So 2, 6, and 7 are basically a reflection of your strategic plan and how you execute it. This is under the old NAC, so-called old NAC. In the new NAC, which is being proposed, this is covered under 4.1. Just let me just come back. 4.1, 7.1, and in 7.2. So effectively, a strategic plan is a high value item because you can see it adds up to almost 55, 60 points. And indeed, the reflection of the plan within other criteria also. In NBA, and like collaborations. In NBA, if you notice, the strategic plan itself is a mandate. Then there is something of the financial planning is very, very important. So these are the generic areas where a strategic plan has to be in place and has to be shown to be effectively deployed. More importantly, let us look at this picture. What all we're excited about today is the NRF ranking. NRF ranking has got, a lot of things to contribute with if you create an effective strategic plan, because a strategic plan will help you identify current gaps. What are the current gaps you've got in terms of the criteria of 5 criteria which you've got in NRF. It also helps you to set realistic targets. It also helps you to understand resources and how to effectively employ them. It also can create a responsibility matrix, who will do what, and also creates timeline. Remember, NRF is not a today thing. NRF requires investment of resources and time over 2 to 3 years. So therefore, if you don't have a plan as to what you're going to do for the next 3 years, you cannot suddenly wake up one fine morning and say, look, I want to improve my NRF score. It's a progression. Therefore, for example, if you're filing, say NRF is going to be for the academic year 24-25, the NRF filing will probably begin in January. But it's too late. You can't do anything about it. So 25-26, by January means if you start in August, September, October, November, the 6 months already gone. So your filing for 26 also is now over. So if you don't plan now for 3 years or for 5 years, how you're going to improve NRF score, there's no chance that you can really improve your NRF score and the points you get. And remember, that is why we have to create a strategic plan which addresses these issues, not only today, but for a medium and long-term perspective. This is the context why a plan is required. So obviously, to summarize, For accreditation and quality, a strategic plan of an institution is essential. Just look at this particular one. This is the NRF ranking. You can see that TLR has got 30% weightages. You've got FRU, which is resources, and FQ, faculty qualification. So what do you require? You translate this to manpower plan. RP is your footprint, practices, publication, research plan. Graduation outcomes, number of students graduating, higher education qualifications is a program plan. And your OI, which is the footprint of your students, diversity, women empowerment, is again a admission plan. And PR, which is perception, which is 10%, but nevertheless very, very, very important and difficult to measure. You require effective marketing social media plan. All these things require finances, your financial plan. And a composite of this becomes a strategic plan of sorts. The strategic plan will deal with all the parameters and NRF
16 plus.
delivered effectively. Yes, ma'am. Any question? So how do you develop a strategic plan? There's a bit of theory here. We will go through it in detail one by one in the processes. The first thing which you understand is that you have to understand the current reality. And when we understand the current reality, we look at various models, various strategies, how we understand current reality. The current reality is got a lot of pressure. And to understand that, we have certain models. In management, we call it the pestle analysis. I'll come to that later. We also try to understand what is going to happen, what are the trends in education, and how do we understand to address these future trends. Now, it's very obvious to us today that there are regulatory changes happening in the field of education in India. There are also a lot of other technology enablement happening in education in India. The entire philosophy of teaching learning is being challenged. The entire generation of learners are different. And indeed, the entire generation of teaching learning process have to also change. There are more avenues of learning available outside the classroom. All these things you have to understand and create an insight and insight ideas. And that has to be the framework. And a strategic document for an institution is a document by consensus. It is never by a top-down approach or a single-man approach or a consultant coming and telling you that this is a plan. Once you have a fairly good idea of this, then you create a general consensus. This is the way we have to go forward. Then draft the vision, communicate it, and create the plan and implement it. These are the basic, these 7 steps you're talking about here in terms of strategic plan. Now, one method which I like to, when I try to create a classic strategic plan, is to use the cascade method. It's a cascade model. Cascade method basically means a rainfall method or waterfall method. So really, what do you want to do? What is a winning aspiration? And a winning aspiration normally is reflected in your vision statement of the institute. That is starting point. And mission also. Vision will be your winning aspiration. And where will you play? Where will you play means which area, what market are you going to serve, which is segment, geography, target area, because you have to understand your strengths and weaknesses in that particular area. Then how will you win? What are you required to do in terms of what you offer as a service or as a product or as an intellectual service, as I call it? What can you offer which will put you in a competitive position and will put you at advantage? Then to achieve that, what should I have in terms of resources and capabilities? And on top of that, what are the support systems and what are the infrastructure requirements? What are the management support systems required to create this entire process? So this is the overall process of what we call a cascade method of strategic plan. And we will discuss it as we go along for the next slide. The most important point which you have to remember here is this, that the cascade model starts from the vision of the particular institute. It's got values, it's got focus areas, then you have to have the objective, you have to have KPI, which is key performance indices, and the actions. Remember, if you go back to the first slide, which I showed you here, the ARMS framework basically says vision, mission matrix, and stakeholder needs. And SMART goals. What do I understand by SMART goals? SMART goals are those goals or those targets we set for ourselves over 3 to 5 years, which are specific, which should be significant, which should be measurable, which should be mappable, we should be actionable, we should be achievable, we should be realistic, we should be relevant, tangible, and targetable. So SMART goals have this particular definition: specific, measurable, actionable, is targetable. So if you're going to say, oh, in 5 years we'll double our size, no, that won't work. You have to quantify data. In many cases, if we don't quantify data, or if we don't clearly have a rubric system of achievement, you will never be able to measure your target or the process of achieving it. Hence, we are talking of SMART goals. So when you go back to the first presentation part I started here, SMART goal setting is the outcome of a good strategic plan. So this is the basic framework. Now, what all we continue discussing from here, instead of setting up a plan, will be based on this particular formula. This slide is quite interesting. It gives you each box has a set of parameters as to what we're trying to address in this particular context of the boxes. Some of us may feel, no, this is for a company and not for academic institutions. Please understand, strategy is always generic, because strategy is based on your vision and mission. And today, even education institutions must understand there is something called the corporatization of education. A lot of corporates have come into education sector. About, you can see the universities they have opened. Therefore, if you're looking at from a perspective of I am an academic institution, I don't want to deal with this part of the exercise, then you'll be in difficulties, because today education institutions are also being held accountable. We may not look at profits, but looking at ROI, return on investment, is one of the mandates. So this is why this model suits even education institutions. So first thing we look at is how the process of the planning comes through. This something called the strategic planning framework. A strategic planning framework is the frame on which you create a value proposition. And the value proposition is what we're looking at. So there are 6 key steps we need to do, and I'll be going through each of the steps one by one, giving examples to you, so that you understand from your own institutional perspective what are your strengths and weaknesses, and what you really need to do to create an effective plan, or what you need to put in place to create a strategic effective plan. Remember, it is not a 1-page, 2-page document. It's not a restaurant menu. It has to be very comprehensive. So these are the steps you need to take here. So let us look at the first step. First step basically talks of vision statement. Can any of you share with me your institution vision statement? Can anybody recall your institution vision statement? All of us senior faculty, please unmute and tell me your without looking at the website or looking at your phone. Tell me what's the institution vision. One example, come on. Naipunya College, IQAC, you should know. No, IQAC should know the institute's. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, Dr. Lata, look up and tell me quickly. Yes, ma'am. Unmute yourself, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So our vision is to promote the quality culture.
That's IQAC vision, not institute vision.
Okay. Institute vision you want. Okay.
Yeah.
1 minute.
See, that IQAC vision is given by the NAC itself. It's there in the policy itself. So I don't need that. I require institute vision. You're a middle college, right? Anybody else?
So, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Sudhana College vision statement is to be an educational institution of choice for all the stakeholders by promoting human well-being through knowledge, innovation, and research. And this is our vision statement. So to achieve this, we have got 4 mission statements. The first mission statement says that to have state-of-art infrastructure, competent teachers for sharing or delivering the knowledge.
Okay.
And for innovation is to have collaborations
Okay.
with national and international repute.
Okay, very good.
And the third one is to develop a research ecosystem by by promoting it. And the last one, human well-being through, promoting ethics, characters, molding the
Societal
characters.
engagement, correct. Societal responsibility, correct.
Yes.
Okay, right. So now this is the entire framework. But the challenge has been that you have to do what's called reverse interpretation. Now let me just show you one example. What I mean by that. So this is a college in Gujarat. I've just taken on the website, Government Engineering College, Madosa. This is you can see it on the website. It is there. This is the particular vision of this particular college, right? So what are the key words in the vision here? Academic excellence, research, innovation, attitude to produce competent technology. This is the. So what they will do and what they want, they have clarified in the vision. So you will see this is not going to be any much different from for most institutions. Even what was just said now primarily has the same focus areas, right? And they've taken a mission statement. Now, I like to do a mind map to understand what is the connect between vision and mission. And I'll tell you why we need to do that. So this is the map, right? This is the Government Engineering College, Madosa's map, which talks of. So I have broken this down. Into the elements. So this college, if you just go back here, just read this and come to this. It tells you exactly what they're supposed to do. To be a leading institution to produce competent technocrats for service to nation by ensuring, how will they do it? By ensuring academic excellence, research, nurture of innovation, entrepreneurial attitude, and I've added one here because the vision, they're trying to create a service for the nation and entrepreneurial attitude. So they definitely require what I call a effective internal collaboration. So I would have told them that you please introduce one more, this mission, can you see it? Number 4. Number 4, number 5 is not being covered in the vision. So vision has to have a second element here to make sure it's complete. So this is a complete analysis of the vision and mission. So I would suggest to you that when you look at your own vision mission, try to translate it into the effective areas of what you need to do and interpret it based on the exact words of the mission vision. If there is a problem there, then do not worry. You can always go back and improve upon the vision mission. Vision normally I would not like to change very, very quickly unless there's been a lot of iterations, but mission can be improved because mission is more short term in the context of a institution's life. So once you have this picture, you understand the framework for a strategic plan. Let us take one more example. This is a Guru Kashi University who had signed up. I don't know if somebody is here from Guru Kashi University attending this particular session, but this is how they have created. So they have created a empowering students through unparalleled education journey for professional accomplishment, innovative potential, global well-being. This is their mission, and what they will do here they have given. So the objective, the target areas of development, the key functions of an institution to deliver these particular vision strategies, and the mission, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multidisciplinary approach. I'll just share with you 1 second. This is a specific mission. I have lined it to this part, and this is a second set of mission I have lined to this part. So this is the entire matrix for this particular institution, and very interesting because I have seen about almost 300, 400 vision-based institutions I've worked with. I've worked with about a dozen institutions. Principally, they are the same. The difference will be in terms of approach and in terms of focus. So this is one example. The other example we'll try to take, if possible, is Venkateswara Medical College, right? Venkateswara Medical College, the medical college is slightly more different to deal with because they have their own National Medical Commission syllabus and everything, which is a really, really good document where a lot of objectives and mission are already inlaid into the syllabus for UG program, especially I've seen it is there in that. But Venkateswara Vision says to become a pioneer institute of higher learning in medical education and providing quality healthcare with global standard. This is their vision statement here. And how they'll achieve it is that they said to enable students to have ABC, they're given here. But this is a part of their vision of providing quality healthcare in global standards. I could not see a match here for their mission. So when they have given two things, one is the education institution, other quality care, there is no mission element for this particular area of their vision. So there is some gap they need to really complement their mission with, or to understand whether it is a separate unit, or to understand how to map it. This is the basic mapping. Why this is important is so that you understand the connectedness. And the entire mission, what you're doing, should be empowered to create a specific outcomes as to what you need to do. Therefore, it is important you create a map. This is two examples I've taken for you. Now, let us look at the other part, which is very, very important. Many institutions don't have it. I would suggest you please look at it, is to create organization's value. So, because today you're talking of ethics and you're talking of, responsibility, you're talking of social responsibility and sustainability. Each institution must have a value system in place, what's called the organizational value system in place. A lot of examples are available to us. One example, again, going back to the same institution I told you about, the Madrasa College, they're talking of multiple things. They're talking of values of quality, equality, morality, and all this they're given here, and they've created this particular core value statement. This is again important for us to understand, and the core values also drive certain words to ensure that we fulfill our obligations to society, more importantly, and that should be part of a strategic plan. See, there's something called ESG matrix, which is available to us today. There's even SDG available to us today. So sustainability is very, very important today. So sustainability, energy conservation, and efficiencies in processes. NAC, new criteria is very, very, very particular about it. Huge marks are there for sustainability and waste management, and and environment support is very, very, very important. So this is some value they are given here, and this value can be converted again the same way. From same thing I've translated to this part, which is core values. The core values are quality, equality, morality, sustainability, and saving strong commitment to the education. Then and what they will do to achieve it is given here. This translates to this. Bear with me. This is, you may find this boring, but this is very critical to do it because this simplifies the matter. So we know that in core value quality, how does quality come? ISO or IQAC or our other processes. Equality in terms of admission, in terms of how we treat people, in terms of scholarships, in terms of creating opportunities. Morality is basically expression of ethics and principles of honesty and transparency. So each of these words become very, very important. And when I am saying that civic sense standards, concern for global local values, if I don't deploy it and show it in my strategic plan or show it in the processes, then obviously my values are not being reflected, because one thing is to write and one thing is to practice. So you should both in word and action, you should show that. So that's the reason why we are saying values, and especially the entire process of mission vision should be interpreted in such a way that provides a framework or guidance as to which direction you need to go from a larger strategic perspective. Okay, any question about this? So how many of you are comfortable doing this mapping for the institution map? Or how many of you have any values you want to share with us? Anybody wants to share their institutional values? Yes, yeah, please do try. If you don't have any value system or value proposition in your institution, I would suggest please start working on it. It's very important as a reflection in today's commitment, right? So what values you hold dear, you please go to it. Lot of examples are available online. In fact, if you even go to HEI and say what are the espoused values of good HEIs, it'll give you a whole list. But nevertheless, you can have a discussion in your own institute and create a value system in place, So that is very, very important. Other part is that many of us don't understand we always feel vision is something written. Why should I worry about it? It's just on paper. Or mission is only on paper. Why should I worry about it? When I went to charge my laptop. So please do make sure that you have this particular exercise is done. Okay. So what I'm saying is that go back to the institution, look at your vision, understand the key objectives of the vision, translate your mission elements to map the vision, and from mission elements, draw what are the expectations for each particular mission element you've created. So this is a very, very important map, and this should become a part of a strategic plan because this is the framework. The architect's design, as you call it. You can't build a house without architect plan. This is what the starting of architecture's plan is. Okay, and if you have any request, please share it with Bhavna or ISG team. One of the examples I can share with you and help you to create this mind map and share with you for your own understanding. Okay. Now let us understand the second part. Now, strategic plan key elements. Like I told you that there are certain key elements you need to put in the plan. The first part is where are we currently? You must understand where you are. No, for example, suppose I want to go from here to Delhi by train. I should know where my train is currently. Because if I'm assuming that my train is somewhere away, then I miss the point. So where are we currently? So current situation analysis is very, very important. So there you have to create what's called the market and competitive analysis. And market analysis basically talks of the demand over the years and the forecast demands for your particular academic programs or for particular institution requirements. For example, like if you're in Tamil Nadu, you will understand that Tamil Nadu has a huge number of engineering institutions and admissions are going down left and right and center. In fact, in many cases, a lot of colleges have just got single-digit admissions for the UG programs, and it's been happening 2-3 years. Where do we go from here? We do not know. So market analysis becomes important. And if you're a technical institution, AICT has got pretty good data about what the market analysis currently is, and also competitive analysis. Competitive analysis, one easy way of doing it is that if you're in the NRF, look at the NRF data and see where you stand, or look at other parameters of ranking, placement, the basic parameters, see where you stand, and also understand in terms of who is your competitor and what are the challenges you're facing. Then you also understand the environment in which you operate, because environment, normally we talk of environment analysis external called PESTEL: political, economic, socio-cultural, technological, legal, and environmental. This is the acronym for the entire this thing. For example, the political challenges are also a huge thing. For example, in many cases, we have seen that the legal environment is permitting institutions become autonomous and autonomous affiliated. Many universities are not allowing you to do that. They are trying to still control you because of political reasons or because they want money, whatever it is. These also have to be addressed. And the economic environment, whether people can pay fees, what is the cost of education, whether the entire structure of payment. I mean, everybody who comes for NAC and NBA, they'll come from some government institution and say, you're not paying 8th pay commission to your faculty, which private institutions will never pay and they cannot pay. So that's something we have to also address. Socio-cultural context, the expectation of students are changing, expectation of faculty is changing, students' behavior is changing, students' learning approach is changing, and students' value system is also changing in terms of what you think is important, what you think is not important. A simple thing like a socio-cultural use of cell phone itself is really causing problems. Smartphone is causing a problem across all areas of education. And technology, of course, is very, very fast today. There are technological tools available. Students do not do assignments. They only do ChatGPT assignments. And we faculty also need to understand how to use it and leverage it. Technology also means more opportunities of virtual learning, online classes, hybrid learning, all those things also you have to understand. And obviously the physical environment, the environmental concerns about society. And so therefore environmental responsibility also has become very, very important. So this analysis, you have to really understand your context and do the analysis. Then we call, okay, I have done the market analysis, I have done the competitive analysis, I have understood my environment. Now let me understand myself. So self-assessment process is what we call. It's called the SWOT or SOAR, which I will deal with it in the coming slides. And also many times, NAC and NBA and NRF and academic administrative audits give a lot of information to you about your position, but you don't seem to want to deal with it. For example, in many institutions I go, after an NBA visit, after 6 months when I go for audit, I ask the IQAC team, listen, you got your NAC exit report and NAC scores you got. Did you have a meeting with all the key stakeholders and did you do a presentation and take feedback as to what the NAC scores were and what NAC feedback was, and have you done something about it for your AQAR which you're going to submit after 1 year? The answer is no. The same thing when NBA comes. Oh, we got NBA. We got out of 1,000, we got 601. We are very happy. We got 601. So therefore, another 3 years I will not bother, because after 3 years only I have to apply again. Very, very bad mistake. If you got 601, that means you are short by at least 91 points, because 700 is the benchmark. For getting higher level of recognition and higher autonomy, 700 is very important for a program. So unless you do those particular analysis and data, you will never understand it. Similarly, NRF, institutions keep on filing NRF, but I am yet to see whether they have done a good analysis, whether compared their nearest competitors, whether they've seen the last entry score, say for example, engineering college 100 or medical 50, have they taken those scores, have they matched their scores, and have they found out what the gap analysis is and what the strengths and weaknesses? That many people do not do. Another very important part of this, where we are currently, is that have you understood who your stakeholders are and what do they expect from you? The first part of it. So this creates the current scenario mapping, as I call it. The second part is, once we do that, we have to understand what do we need to do to enhance our quality, or to enhance our, the matrices or the success, or to ensure that we have growth and we have success as an institution. What do we need to enhance in our process programs, or what we do? What we need to add in terms of process performance resources? What do we need to initiate or introduce in terms of performance processes and resources? And what do we need to drop? Sometimes it is quite important also to drop things. Many institutions will say, no. We are running this program for 20 years. We can't do it. Maybe time to drop. Maybe time to cut. Maybe time to ensure that you take away the resources which are not giving you return and move to something else. And what we need to do once is clear, then we understand how and when do we need to do the above. So we create a short-term plan, operational plan, understand what are the obstacles we face and how we will overcome them. This is the basic frame outline. Understand where we are, what we need to do, how can we break it into doable things over the next 3 to 5 years, what are the obstacles we may face and how can we overcome them. To do this, I require resources. What are the hard resources and soft resources? Hard resources are basically infrastructure, money. Soft resources are skills, knowledge, tacit information, and manpower, manpower and faculty quality and staff quality. All this come to that. And how do we measure and review what we have done? We talk of SMART outcomes. Like I told you, SMART outcomes will be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and targetable. So this we'll discuss it. This is the entire framework of a good strategic plan. Right? So let us look at it one by one. To an extent, I will try to share with you. So now coming back to the positioning. So if you look back, we talked about this particular slide. So I'll go through these particular slides now and give examples to you. The plan framework. So the first part, vision statement, I have shared with you. Values are shared with you. Now, focus area, objectives, performance, and projects I will start dealing with one by one. Okay. Any questions so far? Any clarification required? Please let me know. Right. So let us look at what a focus area really means. See, we talk of creating a focus area. We have to understand where we need to focus. The first part basically we look at is a SOAR model. A SOAR model is called a appreciative inquiry model. SOAR means normally heard of SWOT, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I don't like that model. I think we should be much more, as institutions, we have to understand. We're looking at strengths, opportunities, aspirations, and results. This is the starting point for any self-analysis. What are our strengths? What are the opportunities we are there, or what are the stakeholders asking for? What are the aspirations we need to follow, and what are the results we need to measure to understand that we are achieving what we are supposed to achieve in terms of our strategic outcomes. This SOAR model. And one example I shared with you of SOAR model, which I did for one institution. This is the SOAR model which they have created for it. You can see that this particular institution feels that the business model they have got is a very unique institution in Kerala. It's a fully residential business school, and they have about 700 students in campus. And very interesting model. They have every semester they have internships. They have created a model like that, a very unique model, and it's a great business model. Then these are the strengths they have created. They have got ability to generate their own resources because they have got good funding. They have other businesses from which they can draw money, and it's scalable in the sense that they can scale up very quickly because they have land and they've got assets, and they have a pretty good brand image because the entire the leadership is brand conscious and very social media smart and everything else. So this is the strengths they have created. And they also get opportunities. How to get opportunities? This is what they have listed as the key areas. And their aspirations is that they want to reach another by 100 by 2026, autonomy 2025, WSCP. All this they have listed here what they want to achieve. And this was done in 2023. So the aspiration part, the institution achieved to 2001 they have achieved. They have also looked at autonomy they have achieved, and NRF they're working on, and MBA entrepreneurship they have also started working on. So this is the basic part how we are going to look at the overall picture. So in a time frame, what are our strengths, what are our opportunities, aspiration, what are the results we need to find out at the end of ICE, what is that? And these are the strategic challenges they have given here. Are we clear? So this is the SOAR map, and this is the how we create a SOAR map. Okay, so that when people see from outside, or when your own internal people see, they understand these are the specific areas you need to work upon. This is how we create targets. So from the SOAR point, what we do, we have another model, which is what we call the SWOT analysis, which is a similar thing to strength, but it's strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. What we say is that something called the internal factor analysis. So internally itself, we have to find out what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are. Once you do a list, once you do a list, there's no weakness here. So once you do a list here, then we have to build, enhance, increase, and showcase our strengths. We have to reduce, resolve, improve, eliminate our weaknesses. This is the internal environment analysis, internal factor analysis. Very important, because many people, if you're sitting, if you're in a position, of not understanding this part, you'll be in a comfort zone, and you'll never understand what went wrong. Therefore, constantly you have to keep a track of this particular factor of internal factor analysis, they call it. Then you got external factor analysis, which are opportunities and challenges. The spelling mistake of E, don't mind to that. This is what we have to understand. So this is the another analysis we have to do. What are the opportunities available to us, and what are the challenges we have to face, and how do we address the challenges? So this is the SWOT analysis. Two analysis very important. One is the SOAR analysis, and there is the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis, I have not given an example to you here, but there are enough available on the website. You can just do a quick check and find it. Otherwise, if you want some help, let us know. We can always understand your institutional perspective and create a SWOT analysis model for you. But SOAR is something which you really need to do, so that it gives direction to my strategic plan. Then this I will not deal now. This is slightly more complicated. I'll leave it at that. I have given it here just as a matter of reference. If somebody wants to know VRIO, let me know. I'll come back at the end of the presentation and talk about it. Okay. Now, so if you go back here, so market analysis, pestle swak, what are our stakeholder needs and expectations? This you have to very clearly map. It may be different. What I'm proposing here or showing here is just an example for some institution. It is generic in nature. You may have to customize it to your own requirements. So basically, I have identified basically about 9 groups of stakeholders, direct and indirect. Direct means, you have to deal with them on a day-to-day basis. Indirect means you deal with them once in a while, or they are external to the environment. For example, parents technically are stakeholders, but they are not going to come and sit on you every day. Society also there, but here students, employees, I mean both employees, non-teaching or teaching, both I mean here. Management, of course, is the top management, the trust as we call it. Then recruiters, because today recruiters and industry very, very important, and alumni, they are direct stakeholders. This is the stakeholder needs. So have I missed anything here, do you think? Anybody? Do you
No,
think I
sir.
missed anything here?
I was like, regulators being a part of a stakeholder was something new for me
Who?
today. Regulators.
Indirect. They are.
Okay.
They are. If you don't get the license, something, tata bye bye, you have to close and go, no. They are. A stakeholder, by definition, is not a person. A stakeholder is anybody who can influence your institute or your company. A regulator can definitely influence, And a regulator also means university. If you're affiliated, also university, or AICT, or National Medical Council, you take a choice, right? There are a lot of regulators available here, not today. State level, all levels. So all these things also you have to answer. So this is anything else I think I missed? Anybody else? There's a lot of people here. There is a principal GIT. There is also Dr. Ashwani Sethi. I can talk Hindi also, sir. You can talk any language, no problems. So these are the stakeholders. Now, what are the needs? How do we put the needs? The point here is that it is not enough just to identify them. You have to understand what the needs are. So I have done some work on this for the last so many years. So I'll just show you a mapping of what really each stakeholder really wants. And then we can discuss it if you want further. And why it is important is to understand how does a plan or how does a strategic plan, how does the institute address these needs? Very, very important. And you notice that most of the needs are directly connected to NRF and directly connected to accreditation and everything else. Okay. For example, what do students want? Can somebody read? Hello? Students, what do they need? They require a quality degree, recognized quality degree. They require quality placement because they come for placement only primarily these days for many institutions. They require the skills to be developed and they require a conducive learning environment. These are some student expectations. Similarly, faculty also require research opportunities, academic freedom, skill development they require, and they also require a good teaching environment. You can add more. I've just given four examples here. What do the non-teaching staff require? They require good HR management practices. They require some career progression. They also want the skills to be enhanced, and they also require a good working environment. Examples. Now, if you come to the next part, recruiters, what do they require? Recruiters want soft skills. Today, if you look at any report, like if you look at the World Economic Forum report or the India Skills report, you will see that the top skills in demand to the top 10 skills, 9 of them are soft skills. 1 or 2 are technical skills. Therefore, soft skills have become very, very important. Whether it is even medicine, for example, today doctors' behavior skills have become very, very important. And these skills also include emotional intelligence. These also require resilience or social quotient. Multiple things are coming here. And recruiters also want students to have a good connect between industry and academia. And recruiters want employable graduates. And recruiters also, when they come to us as companies, they want knowledge upgradation to be done. And what does management want? Management wants very, very simple thing. Management wants good admissions, because good admissions management means revenue is secure. Then they want good perception. Because perception means ranking and branding means higher value proposition, higher market presence for them. They also require cost effectiveness. They want, they don't want to spend money. They want effective cost management also. They also want the institute to have long-term sustainability. They also want to make sure that the institute is relevant in the market so that others don't come and take the market share. And they also want to understand how to monetize it. How do I capture value, or how do I get a return on my investment? Because investment in education institutions are very, very high and expensive. So they want a return, or they also want to monetize it effectively. These are some expectations from the management recruiters. If you go further down, you see regulators, same thing they want. Yeah. Society wants one set of things. Parents want one set of things. So this entire mapping is what you have to map and share as a part of strategic plan. And then we have to have example evidence as to what you're doing it. And if you notice, all these elements basically also are in line with the NAC or NBA requirements in terms of all the criteria. Yeah, research, academics, skill. Yeah, all of them are here. You see, CSR, social responsibility, ISO, accreditations, intellectual contributions. Every map is there which fits the requirements of your accreditation. This is the stakeholder mapping. Okay. And so any question about this? Right? So we have now done where we are currently. What do our stakeholders need? Our own self-assessment, the environment analysis, and the market analysis. This is what we have actually covered at this point of time. So now, having done that, I know which areas I need to focus on. So my focus areas are very, very clear. Next is to create objectives. Now, what do you mean by objectives? I mean, no, it is okay. So I want to increase my student count, or I want to increase my placement CTC, or I want to have 5 new programs, or I want to become a deemed university, or I want to become Institute of Excellence. All objectives can be also created. Now, objectives, for example, in terms of what I'm doing, you have to make list of objectives based on stakeholder requirement. This particular institute, as example I shared with you, this is a strategic focus point. Their objectives, they said we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 objectives are created. And each 10 objectives must have definable goals and strategy. Admission, for example, admission is very, very strategic. Because if admission does not happen, then the entire institution's future is in a question. So admission, they felt, is a very, very important parameter for them. It may not be to you, because you may be a government institution, people may be coming. But for this particular institutions, they decide admission is very, very important. And admission, when I'm sitting it as a focus point or as a point to create objectives for, I look at not only the count numbers, I also look at quality, diversity, and this is an MBA program with work experience, because I can then create a fee enhancement. Can I increase fees? These are the parameters we have to look at in terms of measure. Why? Because the admission and placement are chicken egg situation. The quality of admissions is determined by the quality of placement, which is determined by the quality of admissions. It's a virtuous cycle. I call it a vicious cycle. If admission quality fails, then placement also will fail, and it's a down cycle. Once you get on down cycle, coming out is extremely difficult. Therefore, admission, they decided, is very, very important. All important is important. Curriculum, they also want to understand that, now that we're an autonomous institution, our curriculum is a very, very important strategic point of focus, because our curriculum we have to revise regularly. I have to embrace technology. I have to address the work situations. I have to create outcome-based education matrices. So for them, curriculum also is a very, very important strategy focus point. Third is placement. Obviously, today placement is a big challenge. This institution also has got placement in their strategic criteria, and they have also given parameters of measure here. Recruiter profile, job profile, multiplier index, zero count mitigation, 100% in time placement. Multiplier index means ROI. Suppose I am paying 2-year fees of say entire fee of say 7-8 lakhs for a 2-year MBA program. My placement should not be less than minimum should not be less than 7 lakhs. Then the multiplier is 1. If I get 1.5, it is approximately 1.5 times will be 7 plus 3.5, 11, 12 lakhs. So I am have a multiplier of something like 4, 5 like that. So that's the reason why we have to also understand this part of the placement. The manpower deployment, faculty teaching, evaluation, quality, HR, entire they have given a list of things here. Okay, I'm just leaving it for a couple of seconds. Just go through it, and then if you have any question, please ask me. And again, this is an example. You have to make your own. But the criteria primarily will be same for most of us. But these are actually for this particular institution, they have given this benchmarking. Any questions about this? Anybody wants to add something? Anybody wants to share whether there's something which their institution should add to this list or remove or? Are we clear? Shall I go on?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Geeta ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Only Geeta ma'am is awake. So you understand each item, a red box has got the items, what you need to do, what you need to measure is given. Okay. Now, let me expand this further. When I expand this further, you will see what happens is that. For example, if you look at this particular admission, can you see here? So what admission, what for? What we want to achieve, what for? So in admission, they have two programs here. Both programs we have to curriculum, what they want to do. They want to do this. Placement, what do they want to measure? Profile, role, median status. Manpower, what do they want to achieve? Retention, composition, training, development. Right? Similarly, infrastructure, what do they want to do? Competencies, what do they want to? Consultancies, FDP program, paper presentations, student achievements. Because this particular institute has got good research papers, but they are very shortfall in consultancies, all those things. And institutional growth, what they want to do. So this gives you an overall target area goal setting. This gives you the 10 focus areas or thrust areas for a strategy for the 3 to 5 years when you plan. And this gives you what are the elements you have to look for in terms of counts. You see, this is a count. Here, if you notice, this is a count, admission count. This curriculum will be qualitative, but also in terms of credits, in terms of national transfer of credits, all this is a count. This is also count and quality. This is also count and quality. So you're creating what we call the smart goals here. So smart goals are being created using this particular parameter. Similarly here, on-site facilities, technology enhancement, competencies, consulting, number of consultancies in terms of value and volume both. FDP programs conducted, value and volume both. Papers, presentations, value and volume both. And students' achievements in terms of awards and rewards. I want to ask you a question about research. Let us see if I can have a conversation with everybody. All of you will have a research promotion policy in place in an institution? Hello? Do any one of you have a research promotion policy in your institute?
Yes, sir, we have, sir, in our institution.
Okay. And where are you from, ma'am, today, ma'am?
Sir?
Which college are you from?
Venkateshwara Medical College, sir, Pondicherry.
All right. Okay. So, does your policy So there's something called Web of Science and Scopus and other citation, no? So that
Yes,
is
sir.
part of your research promotion policy?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So our faculty are encouraged to do the publications in NAC approved journals, sir.
No, that is fine. NAC approved journalism, that's all over now, finished.
Yeah.
It's all finished. Aegis is gone. No. My
So far,
question
I'm
is this.
telling, sir. So
Right.
far.
No, okay. For example, Dr. Lata
Mm.
and Dr. Umesh of Venkateswara Medical College published a paper together.
Mm.
Okay?
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you'll have an award.
Mm.
But if Dr. Lata
Mm.
and Dr. Ramesh in say Manakala Vinayakar College, they
Mm.
both publish a paper together.
Mm.
Should Dr. Lata get more from her institute for this or less?
It's a collaborative
No,
research
it
work,
should be
sir.
more. Lord Lata should get more award than the paper published between her, two colleagues in the institution. Ask me why?
Why, sir?
Because institution count goes up.
Okay. Mm.
If Umesh and Lata from Venkateswara publish, institution gets only one count,
Mm.
right?
Yes, sir. I understand.
So if you go out to some other college, so your OPC charges also become half.
Okay.
Get the point. So I'm just sharing with you. So when you're talking of strategy, when coming to research strategy, this nobody overlook. This people overlook.
Okay, sir.
Similarly, if you're going to do a paper presentation or a conference presentation, I would say that any faculty who presents in a NRF 100 or NRF 50, whatever NRF 50 rank institution, will get a bonus.
Okay.
Will get a bonus. So these things, sir, can you see this particular I'm sharing with you?
Okay, sir.
Can you see it? So therefore, your strategy part comes in here. Okay. So this is something I'm just sharing with you. The issue growth happens here. So this is the entire mapping process. Are we clear? Any other questions you want to have with this? Somebody ask a question. 1 second. Let me see what the chat says. Yeah. Okay, so this is the how. So coming back, these are the focus points. So you have to create your own focus points. I know, and why I'm saying it. No, I've seen a lot of IDPs just like a laundry sheet: one chicken, one biryani, one mutton. No. This is a very comprehensive document. It should be the soul of the. It's a working document. It should be the working document which covers every 360 perspective of the institution. It cannot be done like into A4 sheet. It has to be very comprehensive. This is the criteria in terms of and qualifier and the code. So this is what you need to prepare. It can be table form, and you should prepare that as part of your learning. So where does it come in here? This comes in. This comes in at basically at this point of this part. How and when we do it, and what are the short plan? What option? This is where it comes here. So KPIs. Now, KPI is basically key performance indicator. So if you go back to this same list of things I've given you here, 10 KPI. So 10 criteria, I've given KPI. This institution again, as an example, has given this. Can you see? So they have drawn a plan for 5 years. Can you see? 5 years they have drawn a plan. They are saying first 1 year we will consolidate the position. Because the institution really needs to make sure that we don't lose ground. And institution is losing ground. So consolidate, evolve, and excel. 3 phases. So they have given KPIs. Can you see each KPI? Are we clear about it? Same 10. What they will do immediately within 1 year. What they will do. And the stage 1 is not just stage 2. Stage 2 is stage 1 plus stage 2. Stage 3 is stage 1 plus stage 2 plus stage 3. You follow what I'm saying? It is not it's not a silo. It is a continuing process. So for stage 3, I will start working with stage 1 itself, but my goal will be at 27, 29. So all the things I will do right from day 1, but it will take time to improve. So first, suppose I am saying NRF ranking. Can you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. enhancing competencies as a seek, NBA, and deliver NRF outcomes. If I am saying NRF outcomes, I have to start working to get 150 range today itself. Then it's possible after 5 years to get it. This is the key performance indicators. Are we clear about this? Right? And more importantly, what happens after this is that you come to specify the projects. What is the projects specify? I'll come to that shortly. Okay. But just let me recap now what we've done so far. Just let me recap so that you're also aware of. So market competitive analysis, we can do that. Pestle model is available, you can take it. Self-assessment done. And what we need to enhance, add and drop, and short term has come in the KPIs. Okay, so this is where we are at this point of time. Develop objectives, key performance indicators, yeah, so that we know exactly what the timelines are. Then come to specify projects. So for the project targeting, again, for just 1 year, this is what we have done. Okay. Part 1 is to reconstitute board of studies. Part 1 is, these are the projects I've taken for this particular year, 24-25. Why this is important is because if you don't see, when you make a plan, if you don't have a step-up method, if you over plan and try to do too many things, you will fail. Therefore, keep targets as a cascade method. Step up, step up, step up, step up. So these are the things we have done. And what you see in yellow is what came out in the audit was not fully achieved. So every strategic plan must also have an audit at the end of year to see what the achievements are, what are the changes to be made. So these 3 were not achieved, and so then we have to rework it, the strategy for next year, and ensure that we deliver it. So a strategic plan is a dynamic plan, is a living document. It has to be reviewed and checked every so often. Okay, this is the short of it. Just give me 1 second. I'll be back with you. Get some water. Okay, now let me just briefly show you a demo to you how I use AI to create what I call the strategic plan framework. You interested or not interested in this? Huh? How do I create a AI tool to create a strategic plan framework? Please understand, anything used in AI, it will give information to you, but you must go through it very carefully, customize it, and then create this. So a strategic plan in terms of numbers and what to do, AI is very, very good at it. Whether it's suitable to you or not, you have to thoroughly understand and discuss it with everybody and then come with a strategic plan of consequence. Right? So how did I do this plan? You must now understand. Again, I'm using, Venkateswara College example I'm using. Again, I have not taken anything from any private sources. What I did for Venkateswara Medical College is very, very simple. I will tell you what I did for Venkateswara College. First thing I did was I went to the website and I downloaded the last 2 years of NRF data. Dr. Lata.
Yes,
Hello?
yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
So I went to your website and I took
Okay.
2 years of your
NRF.
NRF data, which you submit, it's available in public forum, correct?
Yes, sir.
I took both those data and then I'll
Okay.
tell you what I did. I will tell you what I did. Then I went to a tool I use, okay? And it's called Cloud AI, which is very, very good. And no, I said, can you see what I've written here, ma'am? Please read.
Using data given, create a 5-year strategic plan for the institute.
So I have taken a NRF data, only one I have taken. If, 2025 data from you, I have taken PDF file.
Okay.
Right? I would have taken more, just example. Then what I did was that I ran it. And what did the query give me? One second. I will bear with me. I will share the screen. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So academic excellence. Year 1, year 2, year 1
As a
to 2.
5 year, no. As a 5 year, no, here.
5 year. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm.
Without knowing you, I have done this. Without knowing institution, but you have to sit and discuss. You can't leave it as it is.
Kindly share this document to us, sir.
No, you do it yourself. Very simple. I'll share it. I have no problem. Very simple.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yes, sir.
So it talks of this thing. So now you have got your framework. The academic. This is important for you, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That is
Definitely.
more important.
Mm.
Yeah. So given you what you're supposed to do, it talks of, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know. It says NABs you must have, no, for hospital, not yet.
Yeah, we have got an NDBH accreditation, sir. Yes.
Yeah, but it won't come in the, so it won't be there in the NRF. So you have to now remove it and go for something else, add something else. So this is what, see, they don't cut and paste. You have to go through item by item.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And it's better to put 2 years data, NRF data. So you can see innovation, model funding, patent 000. You have to know what it says. You have to do. Can you see here? Gives you current state where we are. Then what is supposed to do? It gives you. I mean, it'll talk a lot of money and all those things that you have to understand and bring it down. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is, and it has done web search. It finds, for example, this part you need to do more.
Host national, international conferences annually.
So you have to see that. See, don't depend on ChatGPT. See whether it's relevant or not.
Yes.
Go through item by item. Can you see item by item gives you. So my point is that even if it's going to even from this entire document, suppose you get 50 good points, life is fantastic for you.
Okay.
Can you see? It wants you to change the vision to this.
Vision 2030 to be recognized as a premier medical institution known for academic excellence, cutting-edge research, compassionate healthcare, and socially responsible medical professionals.
Nice.
Very nice, sir. Very nice, sir.
Nice, no? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I send it. You don't do. I will ask Bhavana to share it with you. Okay. Not a problem.
Please. Yes, sir.
Or I will send Bhavana to share it with you. Okay. Anybody else wants to comment on this? Hello? Nobody wants to comment on it? Okay. Let me go back to my presentation. Okay. So let me just now recap what we have done so that we can then go for Q&A session. Okay, let me just recap. So drivers of excellence, institution excellence, the model is what I've given ARIMS model. That means all institutions, HEI, must look at academic excellence in academics, in terms of both student learning, teaching, and experience of the academics by students, their life at the institute and what they learn and how they are managed. That is important as academics. Then research and intellectual contributions, very, very important. Research should be not only papers, but also publication, book chapters, international conferences, presentation, patents are very, very critical, and the whole lot. So there has to be a excellence in academics, excellence in research, and intellectual contributions. M is managing the institutional brand. Very, very important to manage the institutional brand in terms of perception, in terms of media, in terms of marketing, in terms of ensuring that we have so much activities that people talk about us, and we get lot of reference points for our institute, so that people are known. For example, today, I mean, if you ask somebody where you are, then they may not know. But if I say AIMS, it's Delhi. If I say Jipper, it's Pondicherry. Or if I say NIT, it's Trichy. Like that, immediately lot of institutions are attached to various cities. Automatically they come to the mind, even without any press or anything else. Primarily because of their own perception among the faculty members, and because of the JE and everything else. Similarly, also medical college also, or other institutions also. NRF, of course, definitely is a very helpful thing to create your managing the brand. But the brand has to be managed. In many cases, I found that when brand management happens, people don't look at alumni. They often ignore alumni. And especially in private institutions where the students would have paid full fees, management fees, and come, they're not interested because they say we have paid the money, why we should come. But nevertheless, engagement has to be there to create an effective plan for them. And the second thing which is very, very important today is this particular part, society and industry engagement. Very, very important. You see, in academics, when I'm saying point of parity, point of difference, it is again creating excellence. How is my program? I mean, there are so many MBBS programs. MBBS are not talk much about it because they're regulated by NMC. And by the way, Dr. Lata, I have seen the syllabus for NMC. It is a very, very good outcome-based syllabus. Excellent outcome-based syllabus. So deployment is a challenge, but very nice syllabus you got. So you can work in that. And academic also, what I have to do strategies, currency, whether what I'm giving my students is the current knowledge. And today, every program you cannot teach in the classroom. You have to shift to the right. What do I mean? Knowledge, skills, and abilities. You have to right shift to the right. And if you look at, like I said, if somebody, any of you who are not in a medical institute, please go to National Medical Council and see their UG curriculum and syllabus and see how much of skilling. The entire syllabus is right shifted to skills and abilities. Entire syllabus, the entire 4.5 years, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 is based on skill and ability, right? Then again, academic also requires teaching learning excellence. And when you talk of teaching learning excellence, we have to have the right combination of resources and right combination of talent for teaching. And assessments are very, very important because today assessments in terms of outcome-based education is very, very critical. And many institutions are ignoring it, and they will have trouble at the end of it because NAC also is now shifting towards that particular outcome-based education parameter. A lot of focus is coming on that. Outcome-based parameter also helps you to get better NEP positioning and National Higher Education Qualification Network. Please look at NHEQF, National Higher Education Qualification Framework for non-medical people. This is the benchmark NHEQF. Please look at document and you'll see that, UG is 4, criteria 4, 4.55, PGs are 5.56, PGs 7. So please look at that and see how you can create a value proposition in your academics to get this excellence, that value. The second part, of course, research and intellectual contributions, H index as an individual. H index as an institutional H index, very, very important. Today, consultancies have got huge weightages. Challenge is how do you create a system or ecosystem to enhance consultancy revenues and counts. And short-term programs are also very, 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 very important now. In fact, like again, going back to medical colleges, they have got continuing education programs, which is mandatory. I think a lot of institutions also should now create short-term programs, 4 or 5 days program, where even the alumni can come back and have a review session or create some other programs or create online programs or create online resources where we can talk about our teaching skills and best practice of teaching, we project it. Funded projects, of course, all the whether it is a project given by the industry or by AICT or departments or government departments, all that also it becomes very critical thing. And again, these funded projects, I always tell when I'm talking strategy, don't wait for the project notice to come. Prepare and keep projects in the competent areas so they can immediately customize it and push it along. If you don't have that competency, creating a project at the last minute won't help. And project also calls for networking, so they're very, very important. And entrepreneurship has become very, very critical today, so that you have to also add it as a part of a strategic outcomes. And order-winning niches. What I mean by order-winning niches, what is your research competency? What is your core competency of faculty and institute in delivering research? You cannot research in all the areas. And that's why when I go to an institution, I want to make sure that your Vidwan IDs of all the faculties are currently up to date with every information given in place. Most institutions don't have it. So my suggestion is that as a part of your operational part of your strategic plan, the first phase should be that updating all the Vidwan IDs and data in the IRRS site and creating a framework as a reference point. That's one of the KPIs that you have to have all the faculty put to the researchers. And again, your research policy, strategically research promotion policy should be looked into to address issues of higher quality engagement. Collaborative research is very, very important, both in terms of NAC, in terms of what the government of India wants. So collaborative research and interinstitutional research should get a higher value than normal research publications, is my submission to you as a part of your research strategy. Similarly, if you're looking at brand strategy, accreditation, ranking, require strategic processes. The entire thing I've given here, you see. Then today, NAC, be very careful. NAC is talking of academic, beyond academics. There is a huge score for extracurricular learning in academics. So that also has to become part of academic strategy. If you want a strategy for academics, make sure that you also include the new NAC parameters. How will you deliver this extracurricular points in your NAC processes? IQAC must be very, very be careful of it, because that calls for investment of time, energy, and also resources. The shift is happening in terms of experiences. And again, societal industrial sustainability is very, very important in the new NAC. Again, must be a part of strategy. So sustainable practices and strategy for sustainability should be there. And all institutions must have a strategy in terms of cause espousal. So when you're in the community, what is the cause you're going to follow? You cannot have, you must adopt a cause. I mean, suppose you got say some department of CSC department or CE department, they can look at some local causes, something which they can promote and actively pursue, so that they get the engagement with the industry and society both. And you must have thought leadership. Each institution must have a core competency where they are very, very good. For example, if I'm going to say if you want to come to say, suppose you will say, okay, I'm in Coimbatore, I want I have got a problem with my bone. Immediately the word comes, go to Ganga. So like that, if I come to say Tamil Nadu or your state, if I want somebody, you go to this particular institute, they are very, very good at it. So you have to have some sort of niche engagement, which you must create as a strategic part. The first part. Second part is that please also make sure that you understand the context of why this is very, very important. So you have to definitely you have to de-link it and break down your vision to make it meaningful and substantive and relevant. It's quite possible that sometimes you have to revisit a vision and mission, but mission has to be, from mission only a strategic plan comes. So because your mission elements are to drive what the stakeholders want. Your mission comes from a stakeholder requirement, not from your own thought. And stakeholder requirements are given in many cases separately, are given like this. So all these things. So if you look at all the stakeholders, does your mission meet at least all the direct stakeholders' expectations? Are they being met? Yeah. And this is what the strategy must also create. And that's why when we look at these particular expectations, the strategic plan will have other sub-plans also. And sub-plans are basically what I've done is I've taken in terms of the NRF score system. I've taken 1 minute. I'll just share it. This is what. So if you're going to have a faculty staff ratio and faculty qualification equivalent, then manpower plan is very, very critical, because please understand the scoring will completely change. For example, NRF also looking at 8 years plus minus experience, the entire parameter changes. So you require effective manpower plan, and a manpower plan will have to be a part of a strategic plan, because today faculty attrition is very, very high and faculty retention is becoming a challenge, and getting good qualified faculty is a challenge for every institute, right from IITs and IIMs to the smallest college in town. And then obviously there. So then again, if you're going to focus on research, then you require an effective research plan, because research plan and translating research into NRF points or into meaningful or smart outcomes requires time and requires effort. Therefore, we have to get that. So one is the publication count, quality, then IPR patents, and then FPP is footprints of practices. All this require a very clear-cut plan and direction and a KPI, key performance indicators, and KRK, resources and activity. You must map it out. Then again, for your academic, you require academic plan or program plan, which include basically things like admission, things like graduation, and things like placement. And OI also is a part of the admission plan, comes there. And finally, perception is a matter of how the people see you. And today in social media environment, in media plan, you require a marketing and a social media plan to be deployed. And all this require finances, which are never available in full, but nevertheless you require a financial plan. Financial plan, a concert of these plans interpreted effectively is going to give you what called the strategic plan. And I have also shared with you how to use the strategic plan in terms of AI. Okay. I also want to share with you that the next program is in December, 29 December, and that is based on the outcome-based education best practices. A very, very interesting session, and we're going to have a eminent speaker, and they will share with you real-time experiences. In fact, so please do register for this. And it's important that outcome-based education has to be done effectively, and very, very important that we do a thorough job in our own institutions. Therefore, please make sure you sign up. And at this moment of time, I will draw a pause and ask for any sharing of information. Mana, this PPT and all, I'll give it to you after this. You see it, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, and for Dr. Lata, I will give a printout, or I'll just see a Word document shared with her.
Yes, sir. Please do it, sir.
All right. Any questions? Hmm? Yes, please. Anything you want me to share again?
Sir, can you please share that document, sir? That strategic plan, NRF 5-year plan.
Then I will send it to you, no?
Yes, sir.
Who
Yes,
wants
sir.
to? Dr. Lata wants it, no? I'll send it to you.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I told Bhavna. She'll
Okay.
send it. Okay. She has an email, she'll send it to you. Not a problem.
Yeah, okay, sir. It was a very nice presentation, sir.
No,
It
you're
was a very
welcome.
nice and comprehensive presentation. We have covered everything, like how to map out our strategic plan from the vision and mission of our institution.
Correct.
And yeah, so many points that you have given to us.
No, the thing is that, you have to make it very comprehensive, And because when the new NAC, you have to have measurable goals, and IQAC must follow that and track it up.
Yes, sir.
And for medical institutions, it's bigger challenge. Because in medical institution, for example, my observation is that they do a lot of things, but they don't have the ability to communicate it to the outside world. And that's the problem, because perception you lose.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And you don't have video channel, for example, where you're taking patients' testimonials. Right? And there's no interdepartmental collaboration happening. It's a lot of things you can do.
Yes, sir.
For example, I always funny say I used to I'm originally I was in PSG as a professor in PSG. Yeah, PSG.
Sir, I was also in PSG. Which college,
Medical
sir?
college.
PSG? Medical, huh? Oh, I was also there, sir.
No, I'm not medical. I'm in medical. I know very well. I know. Right from Bhubaneswaran, I knew. So
Yeah, Bhubaneswaran, sir, cardiologist, no, sir. Yeah, we have published a paper together.
right. I know. In fact, my nephew is a professor there.
Okay, sir.
In medicine, Dinesh Narasimhan.
Okay. In which department you were, sir?
No, I was in management, MBA.
Oh, okay.
But we used to go there for HR quality purpose. We used to go there. So
Okay, sir. Okay.
okay, so this I'll send this to you. Word document, I pasted it. I will just share it with Bhavana and she will
Yes.
send this to you. Anything else you would like to know? Boss Bhavana ji,
Yes, sir.
చెప్పండి.
I think no one has any queries, sir. Shall we wind up, sir?
No, only Dr. Lata and Dr. Manavalan was very interested. Thank you very much for both of
Others,
them.
I'm not sure about others, sir.
No feedback they want. Uma Maheshwari wants PPT. I will do that, and some feedback for link they want. Okay.
Okay.
All
For
right.
the recording, we have a live on YouTube. So if they need, they can take the recording by YouTube, sir.
All right. Okay. All right.
Shall we wind up, sir?
But the YouTube also, you create a password system and share with people only now.
No, sir.
Open now. All right, that's okay.
It's
No
open.
issue.
The ID is ISD Academy.
I know. Okay. Just share it with them.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. And Bhavana, I send you the Word document. Please send Dr. Lata, and PPT I'll send you now.
Okay, sir.
And you do the needful. Again, thank you very much. So no questions. I thought I'll have 15 minutes question. But you decide what to do, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right.
Dear participants, thank you for your support and active participation. Now we have sharing the screen with flyer of upcoming complimentary webinar in the month of November 2025, and the topic is HEI Accreditation Outcome Based Education Best Practices. Participants can register their slot with their link in the chat box. I will share the link in chat box. And for the present session, we have shared the feedback form link in chat box for the e-certification. Kindly fill the form. Dear participants, we are sharing the screen flyer of upcoming complimentary webinar in the month of December. If anyone interested, kindly register with the link in comment box. Dear participants, we have shared both the links of registration link and current webinars feedback link in chat box. Kindly fill that, please.